is very young, 22 years old. He graduated from Brandeis University with a degree in business and sociology this past May. And since then, he's been building his web design and marketing company. It's called purposeinspiredmarketing.com, right?
Yep.
Purposeinspiredmarketing.com. Dimitri grew up in Framingham for most of his life, but is originally from St. Petersburg in Russia, where he spent the first 7 years of his life. He considers himself to be a passionate entrepreneur and student of life, and sees himself creating a life of freedom, passion, and purpose. Dimitri's speech today is the second speech from the manual Competent Communication. The objective of this speech is to organize your speech. And today Dimitri is going to talk about how to transform your life, which is also the title of the speech. Welcome, Dimitri.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Pleasure being here today. So today I'm going to talk about how to transform your life. But first I want to ask all of you a question. How would you like to learn a way that you can dramatically transform almost every facet of your life without having to change your schedule or invest any extra money? Now, I know I kind of sound like an infomercial right now. It's a pretty bold claim, but let me explain. It's really all about education. We all know the value of education, but when it comes to life transformation, it's about the right kind of education. One of my favorite authors, speakers, and business philosophers, the late Jim Rohn, who passed away about a year ago, had this quote, and this is a quote that has stuck with me over the last 4 years since I first read it. The quote is that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. So we all know, especially being in here, and most of you taking your lunch breaks for Toastmasters meeting, we all know that self-education can be completely life-changing. But why doesn't everybody invest what they could or what they think they should into their own education, into self-educating themselves? And really there are two excuses, and the two excuses are the same for education as they are for almost anything else. And the excuses are not enough time or not enough money. Well, what I'm about to talk about is a way that you don't have to invest any extra time, you don't have to invest any extra money, and you really don't have to change your schedule around, but you can get closer to that fortune that Jim Rohn talked about, which isn't just financial. It's a totally better life in every possible way. And the method is really simple. It's been under your nose the whole time. It's audiobooks. And I have 3 reasons that I'm going to share with you today why audiobooks can totally transform your life without investing any extra time or any extra money. Firstly, audiobooks require absolutely no extra time. Now again, I know that sounds silly because the average audiobook is about 5 to 6 hours long. But you as an average American spend 2.5 hours every day commuting, as Sakani was just talking about this morning. On average, spend 2.5 hours commuting per day. That's 17.5 hours per week. That's about 910 hours per year that you spend in your car, sometimes listening to music, enjoying yourself, most of the time frustrated about traffic, thinking about how you're going to be late to work, listening to sports radio, whatever it may be. And if you invest all of that time, but even just a portion of that time, let's say you invest all of that time, average commuting, 910 hours per year, that's about 140 to 150 average audiobooks per year. That's basically like getting a college degree within 1 year in any area that you want. Plus, you probably spend a lot of time either cooking, cleaning, washing dishes, doing passive things around the house, maybe exercising. All of these things are time that you could have an audiobook on in the background and absorb a bunch of great information. So audiobooks, as I just mentioned, require no changing of your schedule, require no extra time on your end, but they're also free and they're unlimited. And again, you're thinking, this guy's crazy, because if you go to Barnes & Noble, an audiobook's like 40 or 50 bucks. If you go to iTunes, maybe it's 15. But I've discovered a method that seems to be foreign to 97% of America, because only 3% of Americans have library cards. And if you go down the street and you get yourself a library card, there's a whole audiobook section at the library where you can take out free audiobooks on virtually any topic you want. And guess how many you can take out per week? they're pretty much unlimited. You can take out as many as you want. And the third reason is that they can be on absolutely any topic. They can carry you wisdom that can dramatically change your life from experts, people that have already done it, that have already done what you want to do with your life, and that have dedicated a significant portion of their lives to writing about it or to recording an audiobook about it. And the topics can be anything from wealth to wellness, health, relationships, parenting, leadership, moving up in your career, investing. They can literally be on anything, and you'll find an audiobook for it. And if it's not at your local library, look it up online, request it at your local library, and I'm sure it'll be there within a week, because Massachusetts has almost every book you can possibly imagine. Just some examples from my own life about how this has totally transformed and changed my life. Over the past several years, I've learned anything from how to build and run a successful company right after college from an audiobook, to Buddhist meditation and other forms of spirituality. I've learned how to invest my money. I've learned how to effectively manage my time, improve my relationships, become a better leader, a better communicator. I've learned so many more things that the list just goes on and on and on from audiobooks. And I have totally changed my life as a result of discovering this power. And I know others, not too many others, but I know some others who have entirely transformed their lives through the power of audiobooks. But unfortunately, I know many, many more people who, instead of taking this simple action, going down to the library, getting out a free audiobook, maybe even it's just a couple a month, and listening to it on their commute, I know many of those people that instead of doing that, they complain about the circumstances of their lives, and they don't make a change. So now every single one of you in here knows you have absolutely no excuses. So next time you're frustrated about your commute, plug in an audiobook about something that you want to develop yourself in, and stick with the process. Trust it. Before you know it, you'll grow into a smarter, healthier, wealthier, and most importantly, happier human being. Enjoy the journey, and I look forward to hearing all of your stories within about a month.